Friends, some people live ordinary lives while others turn their lives into an unbreakable story. You may have heard many tales of bravery, but today's story will shake you to your core. It's about a man who had asthma, a heart condition, and weighed 135 kilos, yet today the world calls him the toughest man alive. He once performed 430 pull-ups in just 24 hours, setting a world record that no one has broken to this day. But the question is, what made David Goggins so strong that he kept running even with broken bones? And the real question is, was that power only in Goggins, or can that same fire burn within you too? Let's dive into the 5 rules of David Goggins' life. Stay with this video till the end, because it might just change yours. The beginning of his struggle. David Goggins was born with asthma, several allergies, and a rare genetic disease called sickle cell trait. He was overweight, 135 kilos. He was bullied in school, blamed at home, and his parents separated when he was just a child. By the age of 24, he was working as a pest control worker, depressed, broken, and hopeless. Then one day he saw a documentary on Navy SEALs, America's toughest soldiers who operate in the sea, air, and land. Their training is so extreme that it pushes humans beyond their limits. That documentary became a trigger for David. He thought, this is the life I want: discipline, toughness, and purpose. So he made a decision: I will become a Navy SEAL. People laughed at him, but David made a promise to himself to change his life completely. Within 3 months, he lost 50 kilos and then passed one of the world's toughest trainings, Navy SEAL Hell Week. Not once, but 3 times. The man who once hated his life went on to complete over 60 ultra-marathons and set multiple world records. But friends, this is not just a story of physical strength. It's about mental toughness, willpower, and mastering yourself. Rule 1. The accountability mirror. David says most people are scared to face their reality. They make excuses, blame others, and avoid the truth about themselves. When his life was falling apart, David stopped running from his flaws. He looked into the mirror and said, "You're lazy. You're wasting your potential. You're destroying your life." That mirror became his accountability mirror, because accountability comes from responsibility. If you don't take responsibility for your life, you'll never grow. Accepting your mistakes is one of the hardest things in the world. That's why 90% of people stay stuck, blaming others instead of facing the truth. David says, success starts when you become honest with yourself. If you keep denying your flaws, you'll never improve. Denial is the biggest enemy of success. Rule 2, the 40% rule. David learned in Navy SEAL training that when you feel exhausted, you've only used 40% of your true potential. The remaining 60% is still inside you. Our brain is designed to protect us from discomfort. It tells us to stop long before we've reached our real limits. But if we ignore that signal and push forward, we discover our true power. That's how David trained himself. First 1 mile, then 2, then 5, then 10. And now he runs 100-mile ultra-marathons. He always reminded himself, you've only used 40%, keep going. Rule 3, the cookie jar. During his hardest moments, David used a mental tool he called the cookie jar. This jar contains the cookies of your past achievements, moments when you didn't give up, when you overcame something impossible. Whenever life feels unbearable, open that cookie jar. Remind yourself of your victories. Each memory is a cookie that gives you energy to keep fighting. When your mind says, I can't, pull out a cookie and say, I've done it before. I can do it again. Rule 4, callousing the mind. Have you ever seen the rough, hardened hands of a laborer? That thick skin protects them. It's called a callus. Just like our hands, our mind can also be calloused. Building muscle on the mind is much harder, but that's where true strength lies. The greatest people in the world don't break under pain, because they've trained their minds through struggle. David intentionally put himself in discomfort. Cold showers, quitting junk food, waking up at 4 a.m., reading daily, pushing limits. These things toughened his mind so he could face challenges instead of running away. Remember, the one who wins isn't the one who avoids pain, but the one whose mind becomes unbreakable. When the world says you can't, your calloused mind says, "She'll just watch me." Rule 5, find your why. What's the real key to success? Money, hard work, luck? No, it's your why. When you know why you wake up, why you fight, why you dream, even mountains move for you. But if your why is weak, even the smallest obstacle will break you. David always knew his purpose: to escape a mediocre life and live an extraordinary one. Just like motivation needs discipline, discipline needs a strong purpose, a strong why. So find your why, because once you know why you're doing it, nothing can stop you. And finally, learn something new every day. Think new, do new, become new. That's how you transform your life, just like David Goggins did.